Correction. I don't like blood. I was just trying to sound cool and like I knew words.
What's going on, everybody? King of Chaos, Logan Black here, and you're watching Pro Wrestling Explained to my wife. Hello, wife.
Hello, husband.
And hello, Selfie. She looks so thrilled to be here, and she should be. She should be thrilled because this week we're going back to, in my opinion, one of the best feuds of the late 90s and early 2000s, talking about Yoshihiro Tajiri and Super Crazy in ECW. Are either of those names in any way, shape, or form familiar to you?
I've definitely heard you mention both of them before, but I don't remember anything about them right now.
I feel like I was on a show with Super Crazy.
It seems...
You were at... I don't know, Jay George had to have wrestled him because Jay George is buddies with him. Who knows? Jay George is a wacky individual.
This is true.
However, this match that we're going to watch is from January 15th of the year 2000. It is towards the end of their long-time feud. These guys were wrestling each other for well over a year. This is towards the end, quite possibly the blow-off match, so let's take a look at it. Alright, so what we're watching here is Super Crazy, who is the guy in the kind of tight bodysuit, versus Yoshihiro Tajiri, a.k.a. Tajiri, who is in the pleather baggy pants. These guys had legitimately one of the best feuds ever in the late 2000s. They were like on every show against each other, and each match was awesome. And this is one of the things where, like, if you went to an ECW show, odds are you were going to see some variation of this match. Like, they'd throw, Little Guido in here and there, or, Jerry Lynn in here and there. But you'd always end up getting these guys, and these matches were incredible. Yeah.
Right in the face.
Yeah, those kicks are something else. So if you notice, I'm going to try and draw the similarities, where Tajiri, you can see his mouth, he's got the green, he's got the hand wrapped up with some green in it. Remind you of anybody else we've watched here?
Oh, what's his face with the...
Great Muda.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a very, a lot of tribute to Muda here. Boom.
I just want that guy in the back's whole outfit.
Hat guy?
Guy.
Here's the thing with ECW. Oh, now he's busted open. So the thing with ECW, and you see all the fans over there. There's the guy with the jean jacket and the glasses. There's Faith No More guy over there. This were their names.
Oh, okay.
And they got the same tickets and the same seats at every single show. Every show at ECW.
Right. It's commitment.
It is, and like they were there all the time. I actually, very early on in my wrestling career, wrestled the show where the hat guy was a manager.
All right.
Nice fella.
Yeah. Way to parlay your fandom into something else.
I mean,
that is not sanitary.
Oh, certainly not, especially not in the age of COVID.
Yeah. So at least they knew HIV was.
That's a pretty dope spot. Yeah. He's just gonna keep tossing these chairs at him. Like, how great is this spot?
It was good.
And the crowd is pissed. They're throwing the chairs back. Ugh. So like I said, these guys were feuding for the better part of, I'd say, like a year and a half to 2 years. And like you can see the evolution in the matches and the characters. Like Tajiri had kind of started out as just, like a normal, guy from overseas. He'd come in, just raise his hand when they announced his name. And then he started to really gain like some character, with the mist and the pants and, the facial expressions.
The mist in the pants.
But it was part of the thing. It's
I
Muda.
get it. It's more just that phrase. With
suppose.
the mist in the pants.
Selfie's gonna go disappearing now.
Yep.
And they're turning the heat up here with, now you have the blood and the weapons. Where, like, these guys would go, 20 minutes on house shows or TV shows with just wrestling. Just really excellent wrestling.
Oof. New York Athletic Commission is not at this show.
No, this is Philly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pennsylvania had its own athletic commission. They...
Rude.
Tajiri is just a brilliant performer. Oh, man. Both of these guys are just absolutely, like, incredible. But Tajiri, I think, is one of those dudes, in my opinion, who just supremely underrated.
Mm-hmm.
So much potential.
Yep, got a little bit of a comeback.
Boom. It's like working this breakneck pace that, like, you really didn't see at the time in the United States. And, like, now, I mean, again, you see these shows that I watch, and it's like, it's very much stuff that you'd see often.
We're going to get blood on the crowd.
Now, listen, this ECW crowd, especially at this point, you know, wrestling is, in 2000, wrestling is, like, riding very high at its peak. These fans are just all about that. If they can go home with a bloodstained shirt, I'm sure they were all about. I know if I was at one of these shows, which I used to go to them when they came to the Elks Lodge in Queens. Oh man, fun story. Went there with my mother, her boyfriend, and my younger brother, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
This had to have been 98, so I was 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys behind me and the guys sitting in front of me were going to get into a fist fight. Look at this.
Fun.
Boom! How awesome is that shit?
That is great.
But back to fist fight. Guys behind me, guys in front of me. By the time that like the main event had gone on, they were like ready to go, and my mother's like, "Yo, just let me get my kids out of the way before you guys kill each other." We ended up leaving during the main event because these fucking drunks in Queens were gonna murder each other. We finally make it back to the ring, and apparently we're using soda as a weapon. One of the things that you don't quite get watching this match on silent is that Joey Styles on commentary and Joel Gertner's doing commentary with him, but holy moly, the commentary team was just everything that I loved about wrestling at the time. And still Joey gets a whole lot of credit for just being absolutely brilliant as a commentator. Yeah, I know we're about to get that feud in here from the two cats. Yeah, hold up. Boom.
Don't want to see their blow-off match.
Like, again, like I'm rewatching all the spots in this match, and it's like, it's great, but it's 20 years old at this point. Mm-hmm. And these are all spots that I could have seen, like, at any point on indie shows now. These guys were so ahead of the time. And just so clean with everything that they were doing, man. That, to me, I think is what sticks out. Mm-hmm. Just, everything was just so crisp.
I was going to say, clean, clearly in a very different sense.
Right, both guys are bleeding at this point.
I've been on the floor.
In Philly. So it makes it even worse. Oh, missed them completely.
Oops.
Oh, did he hit? I don't know. I can't tell.
Ooh.
It's not super often that you see, I think, feuds that go on like this anymore, where it's very much based around the matches. Mm-hmm. And the way that, the two competitors have chemistry. Look at this move. This was one of those things where nobody else was pulling this off, and he brought this to the States, and it was just like, what am I watching? Tarantula. Ah, love it. Oh, kicking the dick right before a German suplex.
It's impressive to kick out after
kicking
the dick.
I mean, personally, I don't know. Tajiri's got some stiff kicks. If I got kicked in the wiener by Tajiri, I might not want to kick out. I want to go to the back and ice my marbles. Oh! Kicked a dick of his own.
Oof.
And just like, how clean is everything?
The timing on that was, I think, more of the cut was a little
funny. I mean, that was the thing, like, ECW did not have the production.
Oof.
ECW was only around for like another year. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if either of these guys were around at the end. But this was, I think, like towards the end of that feud, which is why it's so like weapon heavy and so, bloody and all that stuff. We're just going for all the plunder here. You coming back? Yeah, pick her up before. So the last time we had the ECW on, and there were a whole bunch of tables involved, Masato Tanaka was dumped on his head in multiple different directions. Now Tajiri. Oh, God. And now we've got... I love it. And again, like, I put this on having not watched this match, probably since it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting it to be, the technical wrestling. Oh, man, I got the mist. Oh, man, that's in a great spot. And that's it! Oh, my God, that's so awesome. What a fantastic finish. Oh, I'm, stoked about it. I'm still, stoked about that finish.
It was a good finish.
It was just so cool. He had the mist and, I'm going to sell it, but I have the wherewithal to grab him and bomb him and just fall on top of him. Honestly, I don't want to put down ECW or either of those guys because they're both incredible. ECW was, great for what it was. But, I can't think of maybe on one hand I could think of ECW finishes that were, that level of cool to me. One being Taz falling through the ring with Bam Bam Bigelow and then crawling out, which we should probably watch that one at some point too.
Sounds
what did you
good.
think of this one, dear? Let me know.
While the whole color hard way thing is not my personal cup of tea, I can certainly appreciate the other aspects of it and recognize a good match when I see it.
See, this is why these guys are brilliant to me. That was not color hard way either.
Oh.
I'm 100% certain. At least Super Crazy.
Gigged?
100%.
Okay.
But that's the whole point. We're supposed to make it a mystery. It's supposed to be the mystique, isn't it, guys?
I guess. Correction. I don't like blood. I was just trying to sound cool and like I knew words.
You do, but it just means those guys did their job.
Yep.
Which is excellent to see. Would you be interested in checking out some of their earlier, more technical matches?
Yes.
Awesome. We've won this one, guys. That's going to be it for this episode of Pro Wrestling Explained. To my wife, you can catch me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at King of Chaos NYC. And you're watching this on the Year One Wrestling Podcast YouTube account. You should be subscribed. You should subscribe to the podcast itself. And check us out on all social media at Year1 Pod. And for you, dear?
You can find me on Instagram at Banana Lunch, where it's mostly highly detailed updates on the health of our pets.
Selfie seems to be healthy, doesn't she?
She does. Update. She's doing great.
Well, for the both of us, love each other, love yourselves, love pro wrestling.